Inspired by Sound.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Inspired by Sound video. Let's move the mic a bit more close to my face. How's about that? Okay, it's a Saturday. It's 27 degrees Celsius outside in London. I should be outside. Instead, I'm inside making a video about pianos, lots of pianos. I've got 20 tracks in Logic, but that doesn't mean 20 pianos. It means 20 different piano sounds. I've got duplicates from each of the libraries I've got loaded. I think except for one exception, but I can't remember. We'll see when we get there. And I've got free pianos at the bottom. So all the first few pianos you'll hear are paid, and I will obviously mention when we get to the free stuff. So let's get into it because there's a lot to cover, and there might even be a part 2 to this at some point. This was requested by a friend of mine who uses the channel, and so yeah, what we got? We've got piano number 1, which is my jazz preset from Pianoteq 7. I really like this sound. It's the start sound when I load Logic. By the way, for my sighted viewers, you will notice the Logic plugin window is in focus when I'm viewing a piano, showing a piano, so you can see what it looks like. It might not be looking perfect on the screen. It might not be aligned. The UI might be a little weird. And that is because I myself can't see it because I am blind. So if the plugin is not in focus in the correct way, do let me know, and I'll try to get someone to help me before I do the next video. But if you can bear with the possibly ugly alignment, then this is all about sound, and that's why we're inspired by sound. Let's make some noise. So that's my jazz preset based on one of the Steinway presets in the Pianoteq 7. Pianoteq is a physically modeled piano, and I have Pianoteq Professional, so it's the everything bundle. It's very expensive, but it has some of the nicest and most responsive pianos in the entire world, in my view. So I've got another one from this, which is HB Steinway D Jazz, which I really like the sound of. And I've modified this very slightly. All I've done is turned up the condition slider so that it doesn't sound 100% tuned, because no piano should sound 100% tuned. I like it because it's slightly worn out, but still very nice to play. And what I'll do in a minute is turn the mic down like I normally do with these videos and play a bit for you on this sound. I've also turned down the dampener so that it's very quick and sharp off the mark, which for me as a jazz piano player, I like the staccato nature of this piano sound now. By default, it comes at 0.50 from the factory. I've turned it down to 0.25, I believe, which is just half that, and it comes off really quickly, and I really like the sound. So let me show you a little bit of that. So that's that piano. It's nice. I use that a lot on Jamulus, on online jams, because it does cut through rather nicely. The next one is one that a lot of people will recognize. This is the Keyscape LA C7 Grand. And what have I got here? Studio. You'll have heard this all over productions for years. People like Charles Cornell use it in his videos, and occasionally David Bruce uses it in some videos as well. It's a very common sound, very distinctive from Spectrasonics here. Lovely sound, very rich, very warm. Another reason I like this is because, just like the previous piano from Pianoteq 7, the dampener is just quick off the mark. So when you, it's really, really quick. So you can do very quick runs and don't let the notes hang on too long. I love that. So I'm a big fan of pianos like that because I just feel like they respond to me in a way that I really like. Now, the next one is another Keyscape preset. As I say, I'm trying to do two from each just to show a bit of difference. And this is the Wing Upright. Now, what is this one? I think it just is Wing Upright. Yeah, just Keyscape Wing Upright. None of the variants, just the Wing Upright. I love this. This is an upright piano from Keyscape. And notice that you can hear more of the ring of the piano when you release the keys. So it's harder to do runs like, they get a bit muddy and mushy, but the sound is still lovely. And it's one of the greatest upright recordings I think I've ever heard in my entire life. This thing is so playable and so nice and so jangly, and I love it. I don't know why, but it makes me happy to play this one. You can also do soft stuff with it too. It doesn't have to be all stridey and weird. And if you listen carefully, you can hear my sustain pedal as I put it down. Multiple sustain samples. It's very cool. It's a very nice piano. It's really fun to play. And I don't know, it's just got a lot of character with it. I really appreciate it. Addictive Keys Modern Upright Mono to Stereo. Now this is another upright that I could just play for hours. I love this sound from XLNAudio Addictive Keys. And it is, the upright was recorded in stereo, but this monos to stereo preset just does something that I can't put my finger on. It's a bit dirty, it's a bit grungy, and it's just very, very different from the Keyscape upright, the Wing upright. But again, such a great sound, and it's very playable. And again, you can hear the dampers don't come off as quickly as the Keyscape one or the C7s, the Pianoteq that I showed you earlier. So another play for you. Oh, look, I've made a mistake. Actually, the wrong preset's loaded. It should be that one. There we go. I had mono compressor loaded. I didn't mean to. Mono to stereo. Okay, I was all wrong in every way. I was like, this doesn't quite sound what I remember it's supposed to be. All right, let me just resave the project so that if anything crashes, everything is sorted and saved. All right, we're good. We're good now. Monos to stereo, where it should be. This is the sound I was talking about. So it's good for soft stuff like you hear, but you can also play some quite fast stuff with it too. It's got a nice built-in reverb. Yeah, I like this thing. And now you can hear what I was talking about before, where there's a bit of distortion in the signal. It just adds a bit of oldie worldiness to it, and I like that. I don't know why. It's fun. It's fun. It fills me with happiness. So that's that one. All right, let's see if I got this next one correct. Studio Keys Jazzish piano. This is nice. So this is the same plugin, XLNAudio Addictive keys. This is their Studio Grand. Now this piano, I don't know how they sample these. They're not necessarily the best sample. That doesn't mean they're bad, by the way. Addictive keys lovers. I like them for what they are, because I think these give a real sense of sort of laid back swing and J Dilla vibes. And they feel like they could be really well sampled, as in if you record some chords and then you put them into a sampler, they feel like they would just give a really good feeling for being sampled. So when you play chords like this, it's that kind of feel. Like it's a weird piano because it's not the best I have. It's not the worst I have, and it's I suppose not really about best or worst. It's just a feeling, and it's hard to put into words. Maybe you hear it when I play it. There's better out there and there's worse out there, but what this does is, I think if I put a beat behind that kind of vibe, and if I maybe put a gate on it so that the thing ended very abruptly, it would sound really sampled, and I really like the sound for that reason. So if I was going to do something with samples, I'd probably use this piano instead of one of the really great ones with all the round robins and hundreds of velocity layers, because this is exactly what it is, and I like that. So yeah, what can you do with this though? Besides that, can it play nicely? Can it play warm and ballady? What can we do? Yeah, you can actually. So there, I like it. And now we get to Ravenscroft 275, a very, very different beast. Now, the last time I did a 3 favorite pianos, people complained at me because they're like, you can't include your own preset in a thing because it's not the real sound. So I was like, all right, fine. I will include my preset and the standard Ravenscroft preset, because it was this exact preset I included. People got very upset. Well, one commenter did. No one else did. Just one commenter. But I will appease that one commenter because, hey, I'm here for you, not myself. So, Ravenscroft 275 Onges version, which is mine. Ravenscroft is made by VI Labs, I want to say. I have to verify. Yeah, VI Labs. It's a lovely piano. This got such character. And this is great because it just has the quick dampers again. My favorite type, as you know already. It's great for any kind of genre. This classical, jazz, pop, you name it, it'll do it. and it's got a great bottom end. If I turn the mic down in a minute, you will see what I mean, but it's just really rich. And a good top end too. Some sample pianos just lose their mind at the top end, and although the C is a bit thin, it's a good top end nevertheless. It's warm. So there's that one. The next one down is Ravenscroft 275 Close. All right, so a normal unmodified preset just to appease the complainer from before. Same piano, just a different mic position. My piano preset for this was based on the side mic and had a slightly different velocity curve for the Complete Control S61 keyboard that I use. This one has not been modified. So there we have it, Ravenscroft 275. A nice sound. Now we have 3 from True Keys, and the reason I did 3 for this one is because True Keys only has 3 pianos anyway. Multiple presets for each piano, but 3 different pianos. So we've got American, German, and Italian grands. So True Keys American, and I'm using the side mic for all of them because I prefer that sound. I just prefer that sound. So yeah, and they're all sort of different from one another, which is why it's kind of cool that they come in a bundle like this. I picked them up in a bundle. I got Ravenscroft separately. Same company, by the way, VI Labs, that makes the other one, Ravenscroft and True Keys. But yeah, True Keys is a different beast, and it plays differently and feels differently, and I like it. I just don't know if I like it as much as Ravenscroft, but that's the point. All these pianos can and will serve a purpose, and I'm not saying go out and buy every single one of them. Please don't. You spend far too much money. I picked these up over time, not in one go. I'd bankrupt myself if I did. But they all sound different, and they all have a place to be. Somebody once asked me, why so many pianos? Why so many Rhodes? Why so many drum kits? Because depending on what kind of music you're doing, different pianos will serve different purposes. And I've explained this many times. So I'm trying to put a lot of these into one video so you can hear the differences for yourself and decide, oh, I like this one for this, and I need this for this next piece, so I'll go and get it. So here's the American side, which I quite like the feel of this. I want to play sort of... It's a kind of funny one. Sorry, I turned up the wrong microphone. I've got 2 mics on the mixer, and there's one on one side of the room and one on the other side of the room. And my computer glitched for a second. Did you hear that? I don't know why I did that. So I do apologize. Ooh, Logic Pro not responding. Well, that's rude, isn't it? It's having a moment, guys. I hope the video isn't glitching out and being all bad. We just have to wait it out. I do apologize. In the meantime, I guess I'll just talk to you about life, the universe, and everything, and pianos. Ah, it lives. Okay, we're good. That was a very strange thing. Actually, I think you know what it was doing? I think it was backing out to Time Machine. True Keys German. So again, same company, same True Keys. Different sound from the American. And after all this is done, I will go back and play pianos from the same libraries again, like, you know, AB, because I've just been going down the list. I haven't gone back over itself. I know people are probably wanting me to do that, so I will do that in a minute. But let's just see, once I get through this whole lot, about some comparisons in a minute. So German now. The one thing I have noticed about these pianos is that they don't seem to care for a lot of polyphony. Pianoteq doesn't care. Keyscape mostly doesn't care. A lot of the other pianos don't care. But things that seem to run in this UVI player, I have more trouble with than anything else. And a friend of mine who is a finger drummer like me has a lot of drums that run in an UVI player as well. And he's said the same thing. UVI and polyphony do not necessarily play nicely. So you can play like, you know, and then occasionally you'll get a dropout for no reason, and it's not nice. So if you want to do lots of runs with your sustain pedal down, then you can run into some problems. And it's not my computer. I'm running an M1 Max MacBook Pro here, which is, you know, a new machine. It's kind of a beast machine. It does well for most everything else, but it just doesn't like UVI Workstation that much. Very strange. And now we have the Italian Grand, which is very, very, very bright, like a Yamaha, but I don't think it's Yamaha. It's so angry sounding. It's nice, but it's very angry. I don't know. It's just very sort of bright and angry sounding. Every time you try to play soft with it, it doesn't sort of seem to work. You see what I mean? That's just something about it. Oh well. Now, let's move on to well, it's a sample piano, I guess, but it's from the Korg Triton Extreme, and it's called New Acoustic Grand. Well, I guess it's like a mix of new and acoustic. Totally different now. Not your round robins and massive layers, old sound from 2006. So a bit of a different. I threw this one in here just because it's actually playable and not bad, but it's nothing like we've been hearing so far. So here's this. So you can tell it's kind of a little bit more plastic than the rest. Good for some old sort of 90s pop or 2000s pop, though. It's not at all a bad sound, don't get me wrong, but it's just not what you might expect from this kind of video. But that's all right, because I'm here to show you all sorts of different things. The next one is another Triton Extreme, and it's called Jazz. What is this called? Talk to me. Jazz rock piano. So I'm not about to sort of do your... because I'm not good at that sort of genre. If you need that, you need a friend of mine called Steve, who's just exceptional. But it's a good piano nonetheless. It's got a nice reverb to it. You could do soft stuff with it. You can do sort of, you know. The thing about piano like this is because it's in a rompler, if you will call those things, it doesn't take up a lot of memory. The entirety of this synth, the Korg Triton Extreme, is in RAM right now, the whole of it, because it's only like 300 odd megs, and so this is just one sound among many sounds. So it's lightweight and very, very light on CPU. Now, I don't know the price of this at the moment. I got this while it was on sale a few months ago, but you get a lot of bang for your buck with the Triton, the whole Korg series really. There's a lot of good sounds to be had here, should you like that sort of thing. Listen to those loop points. Because it's a rompler, it doesn't decay in the natural way that a properly recorded piano would. You can hear the loops. Yo, 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 yo. So that just goes to show it's a wholly different beast entirely, so yeah. Right, now we get on to the last few pianos, track number 14 here out of 20. This is a free piano from Vienna, VSL, and this is their Synchron piano, Synchron player piano. They're called Soft Imperial, one of two presets, of course. And this is the standard Soft Imperial with no effects and everything. Nice sound. It's very, very soft, so even if you play it hard, it just won't play like a hard piano layer. It just doesn't do it. Forte type thing. But it's good for what it is, and what it's good for is your soft ballady stuff and cinematic stuff. I like it. And if you're wondering, I will have linked to, and it will take me an age to do so, every piano that I've used, or every library that I've used in the video description. So if you're wondering, that's where you'll find them, because people will ask, of course. So the next one is FX Soft Imperial Ethereal, and it's nice. You can't play quick sounds with this because it has a massively long reverb tail. So slow and steady wins this race. I like this. This is one of those forever sounds that I could play for a while. Maybe if I stack it with something else, like some soft strings or something. I could do a whole piece with free pianos, by the way. The next one is Spitfire Audio Labs Tape Piano, which is the latest release from Spitfire Labs. This is a little bit of a weird upright sound. It moves around because it's based on a sort of tape recording. So it's old school and yet really nice to play at the same time. There are more presets in here that I like, but I didn't want to add presets from every single piano that I've put in here because there would probably be 55 tracks if I did that. So I limited myself to one or two, or in the case of True Keys, one from each library of the True Keys, because there are 3 libraries in True Keys. I've already said that. So this next piano should be obvious. It's Spitfire Labs Soft. You'll have heard this in countless Netflix blockbusters, all sorts of random things over the years. And you know why you know this piano? Because there's a particular C in this piano, which is that one. Do you hear that? That is Christian Henson's finger on the C key. And it only works with the pedal up sample. If you put the pedal down, it's gone. So whenever you hear soft piano in the next thing that you listen to, think about all the Netflix documentaries and Apple TV documentaries, everything like that you've listened to over the last 5, 6, 7 years. You'll have heard that sound countless places, and now I'll play it for you. You will recognize it and go, oh, I heard it in XYZ. It is, I think, the most downloaded piano in the world, I think they said. I can't remember how many millions of downloads, but a lot. And it's ours for free, so use it. What a lovely, lovely sound. So prevalent. Yes, maybe a little overused by now because it's in everything. But it is still nice and there's no two ways about it. 2 more tracks to go. Track 18, Heavyocity Foundations. And this is a nice sound. Let me pull up the plugin window for that. Nearly forgot to do that. This is Clean Soft Piano, another free one from Heavyocity, and of course linked in the description. Came out recently, last few months. It's very nice. I like that. It's very nice and very free. Pulsing piano pads Rye from the Foundation Soft Piano. This one is nice. It's sort of like a pulsing ARP. So you play a chord. And my host tempo is set to 120. So we get that. It's really cool, this. Yeah. And finally, we end on Pianobook DK Gentle Grand. Now, it's not last but least or anything like that. It's just I wanted to make a nice round figure instead of leaving you on 19 tracks and leaving you, some of you, feeling unfulfilled. So this is Dan Keen's DK Gentle Grand from Pianobook. Now, I only have 2 things downloaded from Pianobook ever. Christian Henson's Family Grand and the DK Gentle Grand, because when I heard Dan Keen demo this, I was like, I have to get this. It's free. All of the sounds on Pianobook, bar one, I think, the nylon soft guitar, is free. Pianobook.co.uk, linked in the description, of course. And we'll end on this. And I will just play you out. Oh no, I can't. I've got to do the whole AB thing, so this video is going to go on a bit longer than I thought. Never mind. Ignore that. So here is DK Gentle Grand, I guess. Oh boy. It's a cool one. When I first got this, I wrote a track called The Perpetual Question using that, and it was slow, and I added some replica reverb to it, and it was just really cool, and I started it like this. And that was the first version of that track. It has since been taken to Jamulus with a group of fantastic musicians and taken all over the shop. And it's really fun. So let's go back to the very beginning and go AB with the libraries that are AB-able. Okay. Wow. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations. If you make it to the end, double congratulations. So we start back at the beginning with my Pianoteq Jazz preset. And then we go on to this HB Steinway D Jazz preset. Back to the first. And so a bit of AB for you. Same piano-ish from Pianoteq, just modified sound. Or same library anyway. Right, Keyscape, LA's Custom C7. And then the Wing Upright from Keyscape. Now these are completely two totally different pianos, but the same library. Very different, aren't they? Same library, just very different. Mono to stereo Addictive keys. This is also kind of a recap for you if you listened through all of these pianos and you've forgotten what the hell we started with. Quick recap. Studio Grand, a jazzish. So the first one is an upright from Addictive keys, the second one is actually a grand piano. This is the one I said would be good for sampling. And I still think that too. Back to modern upright. All right, moving on. Now we can't really, oh yeah, we can. I've got 2 Ravenscroft presets. My jazz preset. Well, it's called ONJ. It's not called on just jazz, but it is kind of a jazz preset. And then Ravenscroft close. Now this really kind of is an AB because they're the same piano and just different mics. Back to mine. There you go. Now we'll do A, B, and C. True keys, 3 different pianos within true keys, but we'll do an A, B, and C anyway because they're of the same kind of library type idea. So American side. And German side. I think that's warmer than the American, don't you think so? Italian side. Back up to American. German. Italian. Interesting. Triton Extreme, new acoustic grand. Jazz rock. Back up to the other one. Ah, wrong one, sorry. Yeah, there we go. All right, now we move on to the Vienna. Let me go down one more. Vienna Synchron player, soft Imperial. This is nice, isn't it? And you can actually, if you do it slow, you can actually do things like that. Now, you hear the difference with the pianos I was talking about above the Korg, like the Ravenscroft and the True Keys and the Keyscape and the Pianoteq. These dampeners lift off, or they ring out much longer on piano like this. So it's hard to do anything like that with it. And the next one is even worse. Well, not worse, but different because it's got a reverb on it. So this is the B version of the Synchron player version. So piano with effects. Back up to the other one. And down. See, it's hard to do things like that because you're coming from one tonal center here, semitone down, And if you do it with the effects, it's muddy. So you have to move probably quite a difference away from it. You have to play really differently with these different pianos. It's one thing that you can't notice when you do these things. Right, Spitfire Labs tape piano versus soft piano. Now soft piano. And again, you'll just notice that C everywhere. You'll never not be able to hear that C now. As long as you live, you will hear it. Tape piano. Heavyocity soft foundation soft piano. And now the pulsing piano pads. And one that cannot be compared because it is just one piano book. So it is what it is in that case. Right, well, I guess I'll have to multitask. Now, I don't play and sing because I'm not a singer. So while I play, I'll just say thank you so much if you made it this far in through the video. I appreciate you listening. Any comments, let me know, of course, in the comment section. If you have any questions about other pianos, because there are lots more I could cover. Let me turn the mic up a bit. I didn't get to, for example, my comparison between the Hammersmith Pro from Sonic Assure and the Walker 1955 from Embertone. I didn't put that in this video. This just would have gone on way too long. This video is already really, really long. I don't know how long it is until I get around to tidying it up, but it's long. I can feel it's long. And I'm actually waiting for a package, so I'm surprised the doorbell didn't go as well. And I'm the only one in the house. So it could have well happened easily enough. So thanks, doorbell, for not going. It's going to go now, isn't it? If it does, it'll be like... It's my doorbell. Goes like that twice. So anyway, it didn't. So yeah, any questions, let me know. And please do the usual like, subscribe and share. Please do share this video. These things take a long time, as you know. And getting all this stuff together took a while too. And deciding what to talk about. Also, I haven't decided what the title yet. You know the title because you watching this thing. I don't. When I get to editing, I will know a title for this video. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and take care of yourselves. And there's a train in the background. Hear that? It says bye-bye.